Hello guys, today I'm going to talk to you guys about ladders and how we use them. I'm going to talk a little bit about a step ladder, the proper use for them, and we'll also talk about an extension ladder and how to use that properly. Those are probably the two main ladders that we'll use out on any given job site. So the first one I'm going to show you here, this is what we call a 6-foot step ladder. And how do you know it? You can look on the side. It says 6 foot. The minimum reach with this ladder is 10 foot. And then it also says on here, if you look on the side, and you can do this when you're making your purchase, on the side here, it also says the highest standing level is 3 foot 10 inches. Now, I'm a 6-foot guy, so I may get a little more than 10 foot, but very close with my arms reaching up and so forth. I may get a little bit more, but the average person, it'll get you up to 10 foot safely. Now, one thing you want to look at when you're looking at a ladder, to actually disconnect, I've got the ladder set up. I'm going to take it out of its setup position. When you're hauling your ladder, it's going to be down. It breaks down for you, so you can put it on top of your pickup truck or inside the pickup truck or in your van if you're doing it. And make sure you tie it down when you're traveling. Another good safety factor. We don't want these things blowing out on the highway. It makes for a very dangerous situation with traffic out there. So when we set it up, one thing you want to do is make sure you got a good flat surface that you're laying it on. You don't want it on an uneven surface, for instance, the way the grass is down here and have it half on the concrete, half on the grass. It's going to be tippy. So always check your ladder once you open it up to make sure it's stable and set up where you can climb up it efficiently. So I'm going to open this ladder and I'm going to go up this at an angle just because we're filming. I want to show it that way so you guys can see what we're doing. So to open this ladder, we slide open, and then there's 2 lock points. And make sure you lock them down and stabilize it. Now when I look at it, not stable yet. I'm going to actually put this ladder on flat ground, and I've got a slight uphill climb. So now I'm sitting nice and flat. I'm on a fairly level surface here that I'm working with. It feels flat. Now we have steps, and these steps are about a foot apart. That's usually the realm. And on this particular ladder, and a lot of our guys will try to do this. They'll try to climb this ladder, and they'll get to this step with the last 2 steps up, and they think they can utilize that. Well, that's when it gets tippy and unstable. Or they even want to step on the top step here. That's more for setting tools. They've got some holes drilled out here. Put your screwdrivers in, a place to set your drill in case you're doing some drill work. That's the way it should be used. Never climb up the back side. People think they can climb up this on the backside. Don't do it. These are not steps, okay? So I'm going to go up here, and the other key thing you want to look at when you go up a ladder is hold on to the sides, okay? Everybody they've got a bunch of tools in their hand. They're climbing up. I've got a nail pouch. I've got all my tools. Everything I need is sitting inside my pouch. If you can do that, keep your tools tied into your pouch so both hands are free. It'll help you a lot. So I'm going to go up this ladder. I'm going to hold on firmly, 1 step at a time. I'm going to make sure I'm firm. I'm going to take 1 step, another, okay? And I can go 1 more up. This technically is your max height that you should be at. I'm about 3 foot off the ground. I now can reach up. I've got that 10-foot reach span from bottom. If I took a tape measure, I'm probably a little over 10 feet, but it allows me to reach anything I want. We don't want to go another step. That's not the correct way to do it. And also, now I can work within my area. I've got about 3 foot on each side, or a grand total of 3 foot, about 1.5 feet on each side to work with. If I have to move my ladder, come down, I can do that. Don't catch yourself leaning out or leaning out to the other side, okay? If you lean out, that's when the ladder's going to tip over. That's where you're going to have your injuries. So try to avoid that. Be safe on these ladders. Again, if you're coming down, same thing. Hold on. Take your steps down till you're firmly on the ground and you're set up. And again, to tear the ladder down, it's a matter of lifting it, closing it. When I like to carry it, sometimes it's better to carry it on the side. If you'll notice, it's a fiberglass ladder. Great electricians will use the fiberglass ladders, okay? It's grounded. There's a chance of electrocution. They do make a metal ladder, okay? Also, to point out to you, these ladders are weight rated. This one's rated at 225 pounds. That's 225 pounds of a person and any material or gear they're carrying up. You can get higher rated ladders. I'm just saying this is just one. This is rated at 225, okay? So it'll work for you. Again, if you're going to set up in a grassy area, Don't set up at an angle where you can tip and fall. It's better to set up where you're pointing towards your project and where you're firmly on ground and you're on level ground. You don't want to be on unlevel ground, easier to tip. Now, if you want to store this, you can take your ladder, lean against the wall if you're not using it. You can go about your next job. So the next ladder I want to move you into, we're going to talk a little bit about the extension ladder. This here is a typical extension ladder. I've got it set up already. One thing you want to remember, we want to use what we call a 4-to-1 ratio. In other words, for every 4 foot that we're away from the building, for every foot that we're away from the building, we can rise up 1 foot. And you play your ratio up until you get to the top. You can multiply it out and figure it out. Also, what you want is, they say, basically, if you take the angle of your ladder here, and we took an angle, we want a 75-degree angle going up when you go up it. The key thing is, we don't want it too tight against the building, where the ladder's gonna, when we're on it, we're gonna feel like we're gonna tip back. Very dangerous situation. Likewise, I don't want it too steep. In other words, I'll give you an example. I don't want it like this, okay? Chance of it sliding out, and the next thing you're doing, you're riding that ladder down. Depending on how high you are, you could have a serious injury. All right, so the other things we want to look at, guys, at the top, where you see the ladder, it should always be a minimum of 3 foot above the platform area that you're getting off, the flat part of the platform. The reason for that is it gives you something to grab onto. We also like to, if we can, a lot of contractors do this, especially guys that are carrying shingles up and down the ladder, we like to tie off or put a nail or something or brace it off so it doesn't slide side to side. If you've got a good bracing set up down here, as I do, and the other thing is, guys, we got feet on the bottom. These are called the feet. The feet protect. It keeps it from sliding out. If you feel for some reason that it may slide out, you can tie a rope on each leg. You can do a tie off with a rope here, stretch the rope, nail a stake out here, tie off on the stake, do the same thing on the other leg. That'll stabilize it and keep the ladder in place. That's often done. It's a great safety factor when you do it. The reason they call this an extension ladder, there's these catch points. There's a release point and a release point here. Those release points are what we set the ladder to slide up and down. I'm going to tip it up a little bit here so you can see. I like to put my feet down below, tip it straight up. These come with ropes as well, but you can lower it down or raise it up. And again, we can lay in to keep our 3 feet above the ladder. I'm going to climb up it just to kind of show you the proper way to climb the ladder, to go up and down it. These ladders come in different sizes. This one here is a 16-footer. It's an aluminum ladder. They make fiberglass ones. They make wooden ladders. They come in different sizes. This is a nice aluminum one I wanted to show you here. It slides up and down real well, so I want to demonstrate. That's why I'm demonstrating this one today. They also have weight loads on the side. Usually on the side, they'll tell you what the weight capacity is of the ladder. Again, they'll go from starting at about 225 pounds. They'll go up to 350-pound capacity. Just remember this. The more capacity that the weight will hold for the ladder, that means this ladder is going to be a lot heavier to carry around. Sometimes, and a lot of times, you get those real heavy ladders, and they go 16 foot. You can get 24 foot, 28 foot, 32 footers, and there's bigger ones than that you can get, because some people are going real high positions that they're setting up. When you get to taller ladders, it's going to take 2 and sometimes 3 guys to help set that ladder up because you're going up so high. So I'm going to give you a demonstration. The key thing here is, guys, make sure it's grounded. You're in the ground, check it. It looks good. I'm only 1 rung on. They're spread a foot apart again. I'm 3 foot above. I'm going to go up this ladder to the top of the roof, take a look at it, see what I've got, and then I'll come back down. Again, make sure you keep your hands on the ladder. Don't lean side to side again, and do not lean back. Okay, so I'm going to go up this. Again, I got two hands on the ladder. I'm going to go one at a time, changing directions with my hands each time I go up. I'm going to put my hands up, and I'm going to get to that top point, And now I'm up at the top of the ladder here. I can look at what I need to do. I can see if I'm cleaning my gutters out. I can see it. I'm holding on with both hands with my ladder. I can work on both sides, about 1.5 feet on each side, 3 foot. Again, don't go reaching. Don't go reaching, okay? If you need to get on top of the roof, you can step up, take your step up, and then I got these extra rungs that'll help me and hold it. Just be careful when you go up and you get that top step. Don't try to step on these top rungs here, because guess what will happen? Your ladder will come out from underneath you. So be careful of that. And then you come back down like this. Make sure you're holding on with both hands as you go down. And there you go. You get comfortable using a ladder. It's something we use every single day as carpenters.